Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome back and welcome in. You've got The Local Show right here on 570 WSYR. Are you enjoying summer so far, Steve?
It just got a little better, Tom.
Why is that?
Some food arrived. So
all right.
That's, and it doesn't, it's not like what you would cook, Tom.
No, not at all.
No, but
Not
there is food in the studio. And folks that are on YouTube can see it. But you're going to probably introduce these people as I show off the food on YouTube.
Right, on the YouTube
On
thing.
the YouTube channel. So
Joe Salvagni is the general manager of the Rice Box. And, I didn't know somebody else was coming in. And now that I look at the notes, we didn't have his name down. Who's our other gentleman?
What introduce yourself?
Dan Feng.
Dan Feng. Oh, yeah, and then we got to do the other microphone, too. Yeah, it's Dan Feng.
Yeah,
Right.
there we go.
All right.
You got it figured out, Tom?
I think so.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
Okay. Sorry.
No, that's okay. So the Rice Box, guys, tell us, whoever wants to take the first question, what is the Rice Box? Why did it come about? And what are you doing for the community here?
Rice Box is an eatery. We always called it that.
Uh-huh.
We serve Chinese food. It's been a secret for a while.
Right.
We kept it as just service for our employees for a long time.
Uh-huh.
And after my father passed a couple years ago, we decided to follow through on one of his ideas and open it up to the public.
That's wonderful. Now, it's not just Chinese food. Understand, this is excellent Chinese food.
No, it's outstanding. I mean,
Yeah.
Every corner has a Chinese restaurant. It feels like in different communities, and we had this a few months ago, and we've been ordering it ever since.
Right. Sure.
I think you're. I hate to say this, but you're like a drug dealer. Let's be honest. You're the first ones, you bring it on, and then you get us hooked. And they have a little. You can pick it up at the drive-through. So it's right on James Street. James and was it Catherine?
Catherine.
Look at, I got that right. But you pull up, you order it, and it is just as authentic can be.
Yes.
And just delicious. So describe
Such a huge variety, too.
So the Rice Box. Tell us some of the things you brought here today.
Today we decided to go with a little bit of variety.
Yeah.
These are a little bit off the beaten path from the normal classics.
Okay.
If we go clockwise around the
radio listeners, that's the one closest to my face.
what do we call that?
Is that like a shrimp curry? What am I looking at there?
Okay, so the Singapore mi fen, that's it's a rice noodle that's tossed in a curry sauce.
Okay, I just had some of it. It's delicious. What's sitting next to that?
The next to that is the kung pao chicken.
Okay, and people are familiar with that, but this looks
It's a little spicy.
extraordinary. Okay. That's great. And I see some lo mein, I see some rice.
Our normal fried rice,
Right.
and our normal lo mein. There's an egg roll there in the middle.
And then what are these things wrapped wrapped in string? So there's something inside that which
Sure.
looks like this, I imagine.
Yep.
And tell us what that is.
So this weekend is in Chinese culture something called the Dragon Boat Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of history and lore behind it. Some of the stories talk about a girl who was trying to save her father. Some of the stories talk about an ancient poet and philosopher. And there was some, in history, there was one of the dynasties taking over one of the other dynasties. And supposedly he died in the river.
Oh, my goodness.
And
That's not a happy ending.
so the people wrapped up these balls of rice and dropped them in the water so that the fish would eat the rice instead of the body.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So
That's appetizing.
So it turned into a festival, and
I see.
Got it. Okay.
You can certainly look up more on the internet.
That's interesting.
Right.
So what do people, it feels like when we've come there, there's typically a crowd, moves pretty quick, but have people discovered you yet? Joe, have people discovered you?
I think the word is out there, yes. It's just, each day that I go out and as we're serving, because we bring the food to the cars as they pull up.
Correct.
So they order, and they'll call in, say, we're here, we bring it out. But to see the diversity of the people, we have firemen, police officers, nurses, just a wide variety of people in the community. I think it's out there.
It feels like when, do you ever go through someplace and it feels like the people that are serving you are annoyed that you're in line? I don't get that. They come out with a smile. They'll scan your card. They'll do it right there.
Sure.
It seems like there's a good attitude. I don't know if that's just because you're making people happy with food, or maybe you hire the right people. But it feels like there's a good attitude.
Well, it's all centered around food, which makes us all happy. So that's a beautiful thing.
Right. So when are you open?
Monday through Friday. Our phones open starting at 10 o'clock, and we close down at 2. So it's a lunch crowd right now. It's a lunch setting.
And it goes through, again, it's right down there. Kind of where James Street comes up, maybe 2 or 3 blocks. It's
from downtown. It's only like a couple of minutes. Yeah,
it's right there. So, do people ever place large orders? I mean, are they does that happen to you? And that must be a challenge.
It is. We have several each week. So the other day, I think we probably had 20 nurses. One person called in, and we had 17, 18, 19 dishes to deliver over. But it's a challenge, but it's great. It's great.
Standing people can have standing orders from companies and things like that, right?
Sure, yeah. The companies are starting to call in and say, "Hey, we're going to feed the."
That's
feed the employees 5 and 6, 7.
That sound you hear is me eating the kung pao chicken, just to be clear. Okay.
Daniel, how long has your family been here in Syracuse?
Well, I was born here in Syracuse.
Oh, okay.
My parents came in the late 60s for grad school at Syracuse University.
Okay, great. What was their profession, just by the way?
My father was trained as an architect. At Syracuse, he went into civil engineering and structural engineering.
Gotcha.
My mom was a Newhouse grad.
Oh, no kidding.
So
that's wonderful. And Mom's still around?
Mom's still around, yeah.
Oh,
John went to Newhouse for like a week.
I was up there, yeah. Sure thing. No, they wouldn't let. I couldn't be matriculated. My grades weren't high enough. I had to be in the arts and sciences, but even though I was a broadcast guy. Interesting, yeah. So, and what is your background, professional background then?
Well, I graduated with a degree in electrical engineering.
Okay.
I focused more on the computer and the networking side. Yeah. So my side of the company has always been around the back end, the infrastructure, and the network.
Wow, very intelligent.
Well, amazing food.
Yes, it really is incredible.
I guess last time you were on the show, some people found you. That's what when I pulled up, they're like, "Oh, we were on the local show," and I guess a lot of people were able to find you. So, if first go around listeners didn't get to experience the Rice Box. Do that. Is the phone number 214-7310? Is that the right number?
That's correct.
So if you ever eat food, and if you're inclined to eat
yes.
to eat Chinese food, this is amazing. It's worth it. It's lunchtime.
Yep.
You can get it at lunch 10 to 2. 214-7310. The Rice Box.
Real simple, right on James Street and Catherine. James and Catherine, real easy to find, right?
Right. Okay. That's right.
All right, guys. Thank you both for coming. We really appreciate it. And thank you for bringing food. We really appreciate that.
Our pleasure.
Anytime.
All right. Hey, that's going to wrap up the local show, Steve. So you can get off and try and catch a fish, would you?
No, I'll bring it next week.
I'd like to
we'll
see
eat that. We won't have the Chinese. We'll eat the fish.
We could show it on the YouTube channel. On behalf of the local show, Zoey Advertising, and Tom and Steve, God bless you and your families. Take a walk every day, would you, folks, with a friend or a family member. It keeps the weight down and the mind clear. The local show is heard every Saturday morning from 11 to 1, and then again on Sunday morning from 7 to 9. Listen together with a friend. Until next week, get down to business and keep doing business locally. Tell your friends about the local show right here on 570 WSYR, 106.9 FM, the iHeartRadio app, and on YouTube at Zoey Advertising 3809.